we go.
Hello. Welcome. I'm Milo. I'm going to be the storyteller tonight, and we are playing a modified version of Changeling Lost. And by modified, I do mean heavily modified. So if you see something that you disagree with or isn't in the lore or whatever, I don't care. I will not be taking criticisms at this time. 3LC, who are you?
That's a wonderful question. I think tonight I am going to be anything but Sim. No, I'm just teasing. No, tonight I am Sim, the fire elemental. And
Avery.
There you go.
Yes, tonight I am Avery, as I am most nights, and I will be playing the wonderful tunnel grub darkling Spindle Clutch.
M.
Hello, I am M. I'll be playing Zarya, our lovely, emotional, elemental waterborn.
And Mike.
Good morning. Tonight I'll be playing the Honorable No, that's not me. I'll be playing the Hunter Heart Token Angry Irishman.
And small disclaimer, this is an 18 plus stream, so if you're not 18 then you're 12, please see yourself out. This is not the video for you. Also, we do not give advice on this channel, and anything we say or do while we are streaming or our characters do, please do not replicate. It is probably not safe and probably a terrible idea. This is make-believe time. And what happened last time was the Changelings finished raiding the church. Spindle Clutch jumped into Bastion Moore's dreams along with Dearg. Dearg escaped because Sim woke him up, but Spindle Clutch, unfortunately, was launched into the skein, where all the dreams the word that means gather. Anyways, so that is where they currently are. And it escapes me right now. Our lovely little water elemental Zarya has been busy learning information and writing up not quite slanderous materials. There's an edge to truth to it with Oscar, the fairest draconic at the Ferryman Freehold. Sim and Dain, after the raid, returned to the Forge's Hollow with just Dearg. They sent everybody else home. Savannah Row. They all went back with the idea they would debrief everyone later, as Dearg lost quite a bit of clarity and is not really functioning at 10% at this point. Where Sim and Dain had a long conversation about potentially what to do about that, needing to talk to the seamstress who they could talk to about a variety of things that are currently occurring. Sim made some phone calls to Nova and to Reed to appraise them of what happened at the church for Nova, and to inform Reed that they might need to find some help for Dearg, possibly from someone of the Autumn Court, to help him adjust to this very rapid loss of clarity. In the meantime, Dain went upstairs just as Dearg gets a call from the Onsel, who is pissed because what Dearg planted in Bastion's dreams was her voice calling him an abomination and a bunch of other things she genuinely said, but now it's her problem and she's mad about it. So telling Dearg that they needed to speak because she's not happy that Bastion contacted her. And she knows or suspects it is Dearg's fault. So Dearg got up to go respond to this call. And in the process, Dain came up, tried to stop him. He bit Dearg, Dearg bit him back, and things got a little tense and heated. Savannah used one of her contracts on Dearg. Sim came up to ask what was going on just as Dain pulled the gun. Sim heated Dain's hand up. Dain dropped the gun, and he grabbed Savannah and Ro, and they left to go speak to the seamstress at the unsafe Goblin Market. While Sim figured out how to deal with Dearg, who did inform him that the Onsel called him. And we're going to start with Zarya. You are having a meltdown on the floor of Oscar's office. You've drowned your phone. So you did not see the text that came in from Sim saying that they are done and they are safe. Oscar has asked, what's wrong? And you've told him to call Sim. So Oscar pulls out his phone. I don't have Sim's number. I don't have Sim's number. What is Sim's number?
Can I roll to see if she remembers it right now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll your wit and... Uh-oh. What would that be? Wit and... Jesus. Maybe your wits and intelligence?
Wits and Jesus? Crap. Is that when you do an exorcism?
Roll
for Lefkanta.
Can you please
go
for
ahead.
me roll your Jesus?
Wits and what?
Go ahead, wits and intelligence.
Okay.
Roll your Jesus.
Roll your Lefkanta.
Roll for
Two
Jesus.
successes.
Yes.
2 successes.
2 successes. It takes you a minute to get the number out. Between freaking out and being like, I need Sim, and then being upset, and then water. Oscar manages. Yeah, it is a small flood.
Can I just mention the phone number is for the shop is the area code, and then it's the Crimson one because it's the Crimson Forge. That's the number. That's on the cards.
We know who their biggest investor is.
Oh shit.
So Oscar manages to dial the phone number after some effort.
Fuck, it's called.
A call from an unknown number.
This better not be about my goddamn car warranty again. Dearg, just stay right. Hey, what? Hello.
Hi, this is Oscar. I for the
Oscar.
Ferryman. I was at the meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, Zara's here, and she says that she needs you like right now.
Oh snap. Where are you at? What's?
We're at the Ferryman Freehold, down by the bay.
They used her fucking kid!
You hear screaming in the background of Zarya.
Is she going to be
Pretty screaming.
Is she gonna? Hey, is she gonna be okay? I mean, I'll try and get there as quick as I can, but is she gonna be all right?
She's gonna be fine. She flooded her own phone on accident, so it's not working right now. We're working on it. She just told me that I needed to call you and that she needed you right this minute. So
I understand. Tell her I will be there as soon as possible.
Yep.
I just gotta
Yep,
take care. I'll be there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oscar is
so what Sim's gonna do is, for the moment, just going to. Oh crap! Don't trust Dearg alone, so Dearg needs to come with me. I do not want to leave him at the forge, so he's going to have to come with me because Garen fucking T, if the onslaught phones him again, they're probably gonna go because he told me that. He told me that, and I'm just like, hey, Dearg, let's go for a ride. We got to go help somebody. Just gonna calmly coax him into the car, and we're gonna get on our way to the freehold.
All right.
I'll roll for driving.
Oscar. Yep. Oscar busies himself. He brings over like another soda for you. He grabs some towels, like, and of course you're still. I need Sim. Sim's on his way. It's okay. I called him. He's gonna be here soon.
I feel like she's trying to grab the soda, but the thing is, she's still kind of water shaped, so the soda just goes swoop right through and just drops on the floor.
You're good. Yeah, it's just puddles of water. You're good with your driving. Like, you're not gonna get pulled
She's
over.
gonna
You can get
quench
there
me.
relatively quickly.
She's gonna quench me.
Yeah, you have to put up. Just remember protection.
Shields up.
So he starts basically sopping up the water with towels, telling you it's gonna be okay. That Sim should be there just as soon as you please, basically, like, kind of whoa. And he's saying it in a soothing tone, just it's all right. We'll get it figured out. He grabs the map and that you had marked on, and he kind of holds it up and moves it to where it can dry. He's moved files and things up so that they don't get water on them.
Bless this man. Bless him.
So, Sim, you arrive at the freehold. It takes you probably about 15 minutes. It should take you 30.
Yeah.
But it takes you about 15. And you
Fucking. I'm just thinking all the way.
yeah.
God damn it, the fucking Dain. God damn it.
Fucking Dain. God damn it, Dain. Anyways,
We're gonna.
So you pull
talk.
Sim's over here, like, basically charring a hole in his goddamn seat. Like,
Oh shit.
you put your protection on. It's okay.
I did. Checking, obviously, Dearg to make sure he's all right.
Dearg is just gonna sit in the car if you tell him to. He's kind of in autopilot mode right now, so if you're just like, you need to stay here, he'll stay there. You know that the ferryman is pretty far from where the Onslaughts hollow is. She's actually a lot closer to where your forge is.
To where the forge is, so.
Opposite direction of the ferryman. So
Okay.
it would take Dearg a while to walk there. You'd be able to find him if for some reason he walked off.
I will call Oscar back because I got him in my phone now under Oscar, so I'll call him back real quick. Okay, I'm here. I don't know where are you at? I don't know where your office is.
Yeah, we're at one of the office. He explains that if you go to one of the doors on the right and walk through like you did to Rebel's office, or the office Rebel met you in.
Okay. I'll head there and get on in.
You open the door. You can see water kind of leaking out from under it. There are towels that are sopping wet on the floor. You see a map hanging up to dry. You see several empty soda cans. You see a box, like a little plastic container of rice with the phone in it.
Zarya. Hey.
Hi.
I'll come over and be like, hey, what's the matter? What happened?
Researching, and Dr.
Her
Cassidy.
voice is very pretty, and it's the first time you've actually heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Dr. Cassidy didn't get involved with church till 5 years ago. Her husband and kid were kidnapped, and I'm pretty sure the church might have had something to do with that shit, because she was in the grieving program before she got involved.
Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, man. Fantastic work. But, oh my gosh. Do you need anything? To help calm you down? What can I do? Is there anything I can help with?
I feel like we're gonna need to talk to Dr. Cassidy.
We can arrange that. We can. It's going to take a little bit of doing, but it can be arranged. But okay, we'll take care of that in a bit. But thank you. it looks like you've
Yeah.
just going to town here, and that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah. There's a bigger problem.
I'm gonna pull up a seat.
All of the church's locations are by each of the freeholds.
Oh wow. Oh shit.
Like within a couple miles.
Okay.
You can see on that waterlogged map what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get up and take a closer look at it, and ever so lightly, just kind of
Try it out a little bit.
just a little heat to dry it out a little bit.
And what you see are the marks that she made. You know what street the freeholds are on. You visited damn near all of them in recent times.
Mm-hmm.
And Golden Grove, Ferryman, South Ward, North Ward, you've been to all of those recently.
Mm-hmm.
So you see where all the churches are marked and all the addresses match within just a few blocks to a mile or so away from each of those locations, except the 6th location. The main church grounds you guys have been to is a little bit more centralized. Not perfectly, because of the district that's in.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be perfectly centralized, but it is as close to the middle of all of that as it can possibly be.
This is exactly, oh boy. This is not what I was thinking that was out there. I'll go back and sit down with Zarya again.
She's starting to calm down a little bit.
Okay. Wow. This is very important, all this stuff that you've discovered. We're gonna have to let everyone know. We're gonna have to get everybody up to date. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Are you able to? Do you need anything from here? Are you able to come with right now, or
Go where?
we need to get in contact with the people at the Freehold, Reed, and the others. I need to get updated on this as soon as possible. If you want to stay here, that's fine.
She'll get up. She's back to normal. Get up,
Okay.
grab the big stacks of files she's been working on,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just slams them down right in front of Sim.
Quite a bit.
Wow.
That's not all of it.
Oh man.
We still haven't finished doing background research on Lifelike, Cutting Edge, Sleep Labs. I think that was it, right?
That was it, and then Dr. Cassidy's clinic was what you were looking into at the or a little bit deeper into Dr. Cassidy herself, but her clinic was one of the backers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is you have some more work you need to do, huh?
Yeah, we gotta dig more into the sponsors.
Okay.
Also, one thing to note, the person that is the head of the church, there's no information until like 25 years ago.
Really?
No
Birth
court
certificate?
records, nothing.
What sort of information does exist from 25 years ago?
The establishment of the church.
Just that? Okay. Weird. But not surprising, considering.
Mm-hmm. I have all the articles in there too. You see, each file is labeled.
Mm-hmm. Is it something that can fit in like a duffel bag or some type of container that Oscar might have handy, or a box?
Yeah, it could fit in a box, like a couple of those file boxes that they have in like offices. He'll grab a couple of those for you. Oscar was working on Sleep Lab, and what he found before Zara's freak out, essentially, which he'll add to the file, was basically that what they do there are sleep experiments and sleep studies. People who have insomnia, sleep apnea, night terrors, sleep paralysis, they go to this clinic to be assessed and looked into and studied, basically, and to see if there is a way to maybe help out people with those types of sleep conditions.
Okay. Is there anything that you need me to look into or do? Anything? I'm asking both Oscar and Zara.
I'm good to look. I can keep going with looking into sleep labs and just send you the information I find if I find anything sketchy or weird. But I just started looking, so I can continue.
All right. What time is it in game again?
It's about 6:30.
6:30? Okay.
Yeah, 6:30. It took you a little bit to get to the freehold. It took you a little bit to have the conversations. Okay. So by now it's 6:30. Dain took off a little bit after 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta look into the Maker family because there's something really weird going on with that family. The CEOs of Lifelike.
Gotcha. And Sim's going to take a look at some of the documents from that and just kind of scan and just do a quick parsing of what they are and what they do. So.
Lifelike is essentially they create bionics and prosthesis that are of a bionic nature. Essentially their goal is to create more and more lifelike prosthetics and stuff for veterans. You do know that the base is not too far from here, so they have high contracts with the military and stuff to essentially try and help in getting military veterans, at least for the start, back on their feet, get them, someone missing an arm or a leg, being able to have a little bit more normality and comfort, because some prosthetics are very uncomfortable. So it's essentially to help with that process. But the information that Zara is referring to is the old CEO, Robert, I believe that's the name I gave him. He got suddenly very sick and had to step down as CEO at the ripe old age of 60. And his son Leo took over. And it seemed like there was a lot of drama surrounding that. Maybe potentially that Robert was not going to be considering Leo to take over after he made several public scenes and was bragging about how he was going to be the next CEO and this and that and the other.
Gotcha.
And possibly some foul play, but it hasn't been looked into by the police or anything yet.
Understood. So, the Zara, is there anything you need me to get for you, or anything? Just want to double check, make sure things are okay. And I see that you look like you're feeling a little better, so I'm glad for that.
Yeah, I'm good now. I was just not expecting that to overwhelm me to the extremes.
That's understandable. It's a sensitive topic. Obviously, if you ever, I just want you to know, by the way, if you have a wonderful voice, by the way, just to let you know.
Thanks.
You feel like you just want to talk about stuff, and whichever is more comfortable, your chalkboard or like this right now. I'll be more than happy.
How did it go?
I was just about to mention something about that, actually. things started out well. Everything was proceeding about as close to plan as it could possibly do. Dain and Rebel were making good progress. The Darklings, the others, Vera and the others who were watching surveillance, Spindle was going along and infiltrating as they went. Dain and the others, they got a lot of intelligence. They made it pretty far, but we did hit a snag.
I sense a butt. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, we hit a snag with. We basically stumbled into the room where they are conducting pretty much their brainwashing, their conditioning of people, and why they're acting the way they do. And it was a tense moment for a lot of the, especially for those of the Autumn Court. We calmed that situation down initially, but I'm not sure what happened to Spindle. Something occurred, and the next thing I knew, Dearg was jumping in. And that's where things got extra dicey. I need you to know right now that Dearg is not doing well. At all. I need you to be aware that he is very much like when we first came out. And it's not good.
So he's a potential threat to everybody. If things continue to spiral.
In that instance, yes. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to prevent that from happening. I owe that to him. We are bound over this. Do you know about that? Probably not. We've taken a pledge, Dearg and myself. We're pledged to protect and help each other. And I gotta do it. And I want to. Because he's my friend. But it's gonna be rough. But I'm not discounting what you're saying. It's a problem. It is a problem now, and it is definitely a problem that could get worse. We had a little scuffle at the forge. I gotta speak with Dain at some point and see how his hand is doing.
What did you do?
Things got a little heated. There was...
Literally?
Literally. There was biting. There was a gun drawn. Savannah chained him up. There was all sorts of stuff that happened in a short period of time. I will...
You really need to work on your phrasing, because somebody can take that completely wrong.
I'm not very good at this, Zarya. I express myself in different ways. I'm not very good with words.
So what I'm hearing is it went south really quick, and it was more of a violent nature, not what some people are into.
Correct. Maybe. But no, the important thing is that, listen, it was just tempers flared. I know I get why Dain did what he did. I get why Savannah did what she did. It's And I get why what I did, and that can't happen right now. That can't happen right now. We can't be fighting like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but need to talk to Dr. Cassidy, like you mentioned.
Because I feel like she knows a lot more than...
I agree with you. I fully agree with you. But you tell me whatever you need, and I'll see what I can do to get it.
Dinner sounds really good right about now.
Taco truck?
Yes, please. Tacos twice in one day. Woo!
Okay. Depending on how things go, Dain's off on an errand right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take this information, and I gotta keep an eye on Dearg for a bit.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
And I gotta
continue researching.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in the safest spot right now.
I don't disagree with that either. I was actually going to recommend you stay here because I think you're in very good hands with Oscar.
He is politely standing and like, by standing, I mean he's kind of at his computer, not intervening with the conversation. He's obviously heard it, but he's politely pretending he hasn't heard it.
That's fine. I wasn't intending for Oscar to not.
Yeah.
This is anything that I'm speaking about too is going to be quite evident to anybody that happens to just put eyeballs on the situation soon enough. So, yeah. But the key thing at the moment that I want you to know, Zarya, is that to the very best of my understanding, other than Spindle, I can't account for Spindle Clutch right now, but everybody else made it out okay. But we gotta go find out. I gotta go find out what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll get some tacos to you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Be safe. Don't drive all crazy, please.
Okay. I won't.
And just stay safe, because just got a feeling things are about to go sideways.
I hear you. Sim will stand up.
Not even 48 hours out, and people are already talking about war and shit.
Okay. I'll give you a little extra, like, look, just make sure things are cool. Thanks to Oscar. Thank you, Oscar, for helping.
We got it covered.
Helping with, of course, with all this, and of course, helping with Zarya. So I'll be back.
Not a problem at all.
Okay, I'll be back in a little bit, and I'm gonna go get some tacos, drop them off.
All right.
And then I'm going to see about connecting with Reed and all that to get some updates done.
Dain. I just rolled for row. She was able to locate the market again. You remember the sign and the spider webs. And it's so very lovely. Savannah and Roe.
I love the fucking decor of this place. I really do.
Right? It's a fun one. Savannah just looks upset. She's just like, ugh. And her horns, she's had to duck a little bit because her horns keep wanting to catch because it's got the little canopy funnel. So she has to kind of walk like this. So she's looks so thrilled.
Yeah. I'll open up soon, don't worry.
Open up the door and you see that beautiful market. Beautiful. With its spider guards and its towering trees and its almost darkish atmosphere from all the webs that are basically blocking out any of the light that might reach this area. You see various Trufe standing at stalls. You remember how to get to this location, and so does Rose. She's passed by the seamstress's door a few times. She's never had a reason to go in.
So, Dain will do what he did last time. Try to keep his head
Mhm.
down, just focus on the task
Mhm.
ahead. But he will stop at the Goblin Fruit store because he made a
Mhm.
promise last time. It's here,
Yes.
which was to buy some Goblin Fruit, bro.
From the woman whose name I cannot remember right now. It'll be fine. She's an insect lady.
Yeah, she is. I told you I'd be back.
It's good to see you.
And you.
Real waves.
Well, I believe I owe you some Goblin Fruit for everything I put you through today.
And she has an array of goblin fruit.
Go ahead, your choice.
Ro wants the desire ones, of course. So she fills a small little basket. And it is one small trinket or a memory, or, depending on what's in your pockets, something in your pocket. What does Dain have?
He'll give a small memory.
Okay. What's the
A very
memory?
recent memory of pain shooting up his arm from being set on fire.
All right. So she pulls that memory out and it manifests into a small candle.
Hopefully that should light your way in the dark of this place.
This candle's going to light somebody else's way.
Fair enough.
She puts it down.
Right. Let's go see many hands, shall we?
Mm.
Your
So
fucking head's down.
they keep their heads down. Now Savannah gets a lot of looks, and you do notice that. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
again, she would. But you make it to the seamstress's door unmolested by Trufe, hobgoblins, or other changeling.
I'm not
Door swings open.
right.
Walk in. And you see the same sight you did before, this big, lush, like grove, basically, this like lovely little whatever it is. You see the seamstress coiled around her tower. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be, but it's there. And she's like sewing something. She's working on, you can't really tell from the distance you're down, but you can see that she's working on something. And she
Is
mm-hmm.
that a scarf you're making? It'll be really long for your neck.
It's not a scarf. She slithers down. So,
Good evening, seamstress.
good evening. I'm assuming you've come here for that
A chat with
woman, yeah?
you. Yeah. How have you been, though? You been all right? She hasn't been causing you too much trouble, has she?
Oh, of course not. The dead rarely cause me problems.
That's not intimidating at all. It's good to know.
Well, I didn't mean it to be. I mean,
know,
unless you
but
want it to be.
no.
Okay, that's fair. Most people don't. I just, thought I'd ask.
I appreciate the asking, but no, I prefer very much to be alive.
Most people would.
Aye. But as long as she's not causing you too much trouble, I'm glad that you two are getting along like a house on fire. How's the cat?
Oh, the cat. Yes, the cat. And you do see she kind of turns and you see this. It's the same cat. It's kind of bounding through the jungle that is this room. And you catch a little glimpse of it. It's no longer covered in the grave wax. Its fur looks a little better. And it's clearly alive, at least to the terms that she kind of explained to you how life comes back to these things. It believes it's alive, and therefore it is alive.
Ah, lovely. Ah,
I just have one quick question.
Yes.
Does he still have his army jacket and his little officer's hat on?
Yes, he does. She did not take them off. So yeah, he's running around in his little army jacket and his hat.
salute. So yeah, I think it's time to have a final conversation with this woman.
All right.
If you don't mind.
And not at all. And she moves towards the back of this chamber. And she waves you to follow with many arms. Like as she passes, each arm waves for you to follow. Yeah, pretty much. It's
And
pretty creepy.
Does she
And
have
she
any shot?
no her ears are way across the chamber, but her back half is still somewhere nearby. Are you gonna wait for the whole thing to move, or are you gonna? Because she's
Okay.
crossed the chamber now.
It's like a scene from Pet fucking Cemetery. Anyway, do.
I don't think it's the same.
There's a dead cat running about the fucking place. It's the same.
Well, it looks alive.
They made a
Well,
poster about it.
Rose is just like, I don't want to be here.
None of us do, bro.
So the seamstress pulls back some vines, and you see it's a pretty big door. But then again, looking at the seamstress, you understand these rooms have to be big, and whatever for her to fucking fit in them at all. She's huge. So she opens the door and basically slithers on through, and leaves it open for you to walk in.
Yeah, just follow her through.
You go in, and what you walk into is a workshop. This workshop is enormous. It has a loom. It has bolts of fabric and types of thread. It has half-finished tapestries. There's a basket of yarn. There's all kinds of beads and baubles. And there's like a canvas on one side that has something half painted on it. It's a huge room. It's about as big as the room you just exited. It's pretty massive, and you see all manner of creatures, I guess you could call them, working in this area. You do recognize some hobgoblins. They're moving things to and from. You see something that looks like the stereotypical pixie, moving things to and from shelves, organizing this space. When you look a little closer, though, instead of having like the normal human body, this pixie has extra arms. It looks to be made of detritus, basically, like just kind of forest crap stuck on it or of it. And it's moving things. And you see Dr. Cassidy here as well, and she's sat at the back of this room kind of behind the loom, and she's untangling thread. She's untangling yarn.
At this fucking grotto as well. Walk up there. How you doing, Doc?
Fuck you.
Are we seriously still on that same number?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you genuinely being nice, or are you still on your same number?
I'm always nice.
You've never been nice, I'm sure.
These two would argue with that, but
Okay.
anyway, how have you been?
Me?
Hi.
As good as anybody who has to spend a lot of time with whatever the hell that is. She points to the seamstress, who's just kind of
That would be what Bastion wants to be.
wants to be. He doesn't
Aye.
want to be anything.
Oh. Please, you don't start a cult and not want to be a god, do you? That's what the church is, right? A cult?
Isn't that what your freeholds are?
No.
You can argue that all you want.
I mean, what do you know about
Outside
our
perspective
freeholds?
might disagree. That they take in people like you with the promise that it'll get better and all the other crap that they spew to you to basically get you to serve their kings and queens. That's what I know about it.
No, they take in people like us who have been lost and mistreated by people like Bastion, tend to our needs and care for us in various different ways. They don't actually bring us into a dream chamber, invade our minds, and indoctrinate us to think in their way of life, much like Bastion does. I'm sure. Do you know that? Are you aware of that? You know he invades
You are
people's
aware
minds.
that Bastion is also a changeling, so these traumas that you're talking about, or whatever the hell, the helping, they didn't help him. You know that,
No,
right?
he's not. He's not, is he? He's not a true changeling, is he?
He's a true changeling.
Is he? And you're willing to serve him to further your own needs of wiping out every one of us. Yeah,
I'm willing to
because
help him.
to do what? To wipe out every changeling in America, the world? What? What's his end
No, to
goal?
just take out the freeholds that rejected him.
Oh, so this is I'm a sad boy. Come help me because they didn't accept me for what I am. It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? It's a bit oh, it's a bit 1940s.
And why are you here?
Well, I'm here to pretty much tell you your daughter's been found, so that's a good thing.
Are you lying to her?
Yes.
Go ahead. She's going to roll an insight on you.
Ooh.
Manipulation and subterfuge.
Yep. Remember, glamour on this. Ooh, lovely. Very hungry now.
Um,
Wow.
What did you get? She got a 4. So she just looks at you and is like, bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It
Whilst
is.
I haven't. No. Whilst I haven't found her myself, I may know people who do. Because people don't
You.
tend to disappear the way you think.
I didn't think she disappeared. I know exactly what happened.
Hmm?
And
What
I
happened?
know why it happened.
Why did it happen?
Changeling like yourself happened.
Please stop saying like myself because I didn't take your fucking child. Alright? I don't kidnap children. Carry on.
She kind of looks at Ro.
Ro can speak for herself. Ro, would you mind speaking for yourself?
I'm 36. Which Dr. Cassidy is just like,
Aye, she's older than
you
me.
don't look 36. Like, yeah, no. Hi, I'm an adult.
Speaks German. Anyway.
Savannah's off trying not to laugh at Ro because she finds it really amusing.
I'm not in the habit of kidnapping kids. I'm not in the habit of kidnapping, full stop. So what happened?
Not all of. I met somebody like you. Now, I'm not really good at categorizing all of you.
Are you saying we all look the same?
No, you all look vastly different. I just don't know what you are. I can't name off the difference between her and you and her. He points to all of you.
Right. Anyway, someone like me. Okay.
And they wanted to help my daughter, who had some terrible night terrors. We were treating her at a facility for it.
Mm-hmm. Does the place have a name?
Sleep labs.
No.
And they said that they could help. Said they knew how to deal with nightmares, and they did a thing. I don't know exactly what it was called, but it was a pledge. I know that
Are
much,
you
an oath.
are you telling me that some fucking big super company made pledges with fucking changelings? Or
They
made have changeling
claimed
made
they were from the company, and they were a normal like when they came to my door and knocked on it, they said they were from there and that they were there to help my daughter, but I could not see what you were before. But after making this deal with this individual, I could. You know that's ensorcelment, that she just doesn't know the term for it. She was ensorcelled by them, or ensorcelled by this changeling she's talking about. She made a deal with them. And they made a deal with my daughter. And after a couple of months, they helped.
Are you
They
telling me
helped
you let your daughter make a deal with anyone?
not right away, but they said that they needed to see her dreams. They helped her. For a little bit, she stopped having night terrors. She wouldn't wake up screaming in the middle of the front lawn terrified of something no one else could see. But then they showed back up. Poor Savannah. Poor Savannah. They showed back up with somebody else, more like, and she points again to the seamstress, more like her. He was big. He had a helmet that had horns on it. I'm going to need to roll a little save for Savannah. She knows who's being described right now.
Yeah. I was about to say,
had a helmet.
Was Savannah not there when Dearg described it being the Master of the Wild Hunt? I couldn't remember.
Actually, Savannah was there. She freaked out, so she knows. You're right. Thanks for pointing that out. She's braced herself for this conversation. So she describes what the Master of the Wild Hunt looks like, and she's kind of looking at Savannah as she says it, because Savannah looks fairly similar, except she doesn't have horse legs, and her antlers aren't on her helmet; they're just coming out of her head. His skin is very purple, whereas Savannah's is only tinted, and his runes burn constantly. The runes on his flesh constantly burn. He and several animals came with this changeling, broke into my house, and took my daughter and husband. I tried to stop them, and she runs the hand along the scar that just basically cuts across her face. I tried to stop them.
That was brave of you. And the reason she looks so much like the man you described was because she used to be enslaved to the said man as well.
That's unfortunate. I don't know who that is. I don't know who he is.
The Master of the Wild Hunt.
I don't know what any of that means.
Did you not ask Bastion any questions at all to gain at least a modicum of knowledge on what you were actually fighting against? You know, if you hadn't been such a bigot because of one privateer, may I add, we could have helped you so much.
I don't know what a privateer is.
A privateer is someone like me who goes out of the way to help people like her. Points out the seamstress.
Doing
exactly what they did with you.
You went out of your way to get her help. What's the difference?
The difference is I'm not kidnapping kids for.
But you're helping someone that does. She kind of like, her eyes keep shifting to the seamstress.
Do you see any children around?
There's a conglomeration of weirdness in this space. She's not really sure what she's looking at, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. Are any of these children that were turned into adults or adults that were turned into children? I have no idea. I just found out that girl that looks 10 is 36. So, like, what do you expect?
But if we keep dancing around this circle, we'll be dancing here all night, Doc. Savannah, what normally happens to the people the wild hunt master grabs?
They become members of the Wild Hunt. Usually dogs, sometimes stags, occasionally horses. They are forced to hunt changeling and hobgoblins through the hedge.
So at worst, your child's become like me. like Roe. Which means the White Rabbit will probably end up killing her too. So not only will you lose your child, you definitely lose her. I'm sorry this happened to you. I really am. I'm sorry this whole fucking endeavor happened to you. But you could have gone about it a different way. When did Bastion show up at your door? I assume he showed up at your door.
No, the place that we used to meet for our grief counseling sessions got suddenly and unexpectedly damaged and needed to be renovated. And he offered his church about 3 months afterward.
Awfully convenient, isn't it?
That the building was damaged.
It's awfully convenient that happened to you. Then the building got damaged, and he just suddenly happened to be like, "Oh, I have a nice place to meet to talk about our grief. Come join me. Come join my cult. Now let's go stab Changeling in the neck with needles." It's convenient. Maybe even a coinkydink. Nearly a pattern. Do you see what I'm trying to do here?
You're trying to convince me that Bastion did this on purpose. Yes, I see
I'm
what
not
you're trying to
trying.
do.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to lay out what could have happened, because privateers need to get information from somewhere. And I can't tell you a single fucking thing that I know that runs a conglomerate company. Because most of us are gardeners. We clean your toilets. We keep to ourselves. We keep a low profile. Because we just want to live each day not drawing the attention of her.
Who?
Kind.
The seamstress is
He,
just doing shit behind you. She has not left the room, by the way. She's just.
I know. We escape our enslavement and try to live as normal a life as possible. Some go insane. Not many, but some. Because they think they're still stuck. Some, like Bastion and Azamara, get power hungry.
Azamara was certainly power hungry. She was a
Aye.
bitch.
What do you know about her? Azamara.
Bastion only listened to her because she was stronger than him. They fought once. Most people don't know it, but she kicked his ass. She agreed to help the church because she literally had nowhere else to go. Her family kicked her out, put her on the streets because they couldn't live with the violent maniac that was her. I'm pretty sure she probably murdered several people, more than likely, before the church found her. Bastion was trying to learn more from her, as they were both at one point the same, only his life took a totally different direction than hers did.
Aye. Maybe a little bit. But what can you tell me about Bastion then? What sort of changeling is he? What can he do?
Oh, he's toxic.
I mean, yeah, he's a cult leader. Of course he's toxic.
He's immune to toxins. So
Oh,
he told me that I was welcome to try any medicines on him. And I did, and he was able to tell me the effects without suffering them.
I'm guessing night doesn't work on him then.
No. Most things don't if it's some kind of poison.
Then, would you mind telling me what's in these rooms? What they do?
What's in Night
He's
Night
going in
is
the
a
rooms. No, he's going in the
the
rooms
rooms.
that he didn't go
Sorry.
into.
That he didn't go into. So the
Mhm.
Warrens, the
No, I don't need to list up.
yeah.
Where's the
Well,
list?
she can tell you that the Warrens is where the White Rabbit is.
The mirror room.
Ah, yes, the Mirror Room. Bastion and Azamar both had the ability to create what are they called mirror traps. Touching any of the
Mirror
mirrors in
trap.
that room will suck somebody in to the mirror, and they will be trapped in there. It's where they've been keeping some of the overflow and failed
And what's in there?
experiments.
Failed. Do you not see what's wrong with that? Failed experiments. These people were human once. Do you not see what is wrong with that? They were humans. They had families as well. Do you not see
Would you categorize yourself as human?
as much as you? I've probably killed less
Much as
people than you have.
so
Actually,
you think
I can for damn sure say I've killed less people than you have.
you think you're as human as me. When I look
Yeah.
at you, I see a monster. So
And when I look at you, I see a murderer. What's your point?
my point
Who's the real
is
monster out of the two of us?
you.
No. You killed indiscriminately. I have never killed
I
just for the fucking fun of
indiscriminately
it.
killed monsters.
No, you indiscriminately killed men, women, and children.
To you, they are those things. You might
Did you not
still
just
see
say
a
she was a
person when
child?
you look in the
Would
mirror.
you would you inject
Well,
her with the same shit?
her? Look at
Mm,
her. She has
would
black
you?
eyes like a demon. You think normal people look like that?
Have you seen body modifications these days? Yeah,
Oh yeah. So body modification include fucking bugs crawling on her face. You see that there's like a hornet.
yeah.
Well, if you want to justify all of that shit with body modification, I wish you the best of luck.
Is that
But
done?
she's supposed to be 36 years old. So again, explain to me how that's human.
Explain to me how it's not. You see, your definition of human is very different to anyone else's. What's human to you? A nice person with a white picket fence? If that's the case, then you're not human at all. In fact, you're probably fucking soulless because, like I said, you killed innocent people
My
who hadn't done a
definition of
fucking.
human is not a woman with dog legs.
I would very much watch your words when you talk about Savannah.
Savannah looks super pissed, but she's waiting. Hold on just a moment. I need to leave for a second.
The audacity of that bitch.
Apologies. Anyways, Look, you're going to justify it the way you want to justify it, and I'm going to justify it the way I feel like justifying it. You think I'm a
I'm
murderer because I killed a
justifying it
bunch
by
of
the
monsters, and
fucking.
you consider those
I
monsters
am
people.
justifying it by the evidence.
What evidence?
We
Where's your
don't
actual proof
actual proof of what? The murders you've done? Or
that
the
you
murders I
claim
haven't
I've
committed?
done?
Claim.
Yeah,
Do you want me to,
you
you want me
said
to
you have
round up?
proof.
Do you want me to round up every body of every changeling that ever entered your fucking clinic and never came out, or at least came out different or
Go
sick?
ahead. Go ahead and count it up. Tell me where you got that information from. You have my records that specifically state what everyone is who comes into my clinic? Because I guarantee you don't. So please try.
I really don't because I assume they're at the church. But that doesn't. You see, you're not denying it. You're not denying anything you've done. And if me being a little bit different than you makes me a monster, well, quite frankly, sweetheart, that makes you a fucking racist and the worst sort of fucking racist.
A little bit different.
No, it's not
That's
because
what you're going
I.
to say right now, that you're a
Oh yeah,
little bit different? A little
yeah,
bit. No, a
yeah.
little bit different is missing a limb or having some other form of issue. You're not a little bit different. You are completely different. You are not human anymore.
Why am I not human? Like I've said, you haven't explained to me. My heart still
Because
beats. My blood's still
you're
red.
one of the
I have a
you're as
fucking soul.
good as one of those things. She points to the seamstress again. You
I'm as
are
good as one of
a
those.
fairy tale creature as far as the rest of the world is concerned. If they saw you, they would scream and run. You're not human.
People see me every day and they don't scream.
Yeah, because they can't see
And I
you
can
for what you really
guarantee
are.
you,
Because
I can
you're,
guarantee you, sweetheart, there are worse things in the world than us.
I wouldn't discount that. They should probably be eradicated too.
Hmm.
What's your point?
Well, the point is the true pestilence on this world will always be and has always been humans.
Huh.
You kill indiscriminately, as you've proven. You don't care about other races or creeds. You just want to take control and control whatever the fuck you can. If you can't control it, you then destroy it.
Bold
I'm a human.
words coming from
Very bold.
someone who is claiming you're humans.
I am very human. Actually, I would go as far as to say we're probably more human than most humans you fucking know.
So you indiscriminately kill and are a pestilence on this world? Good to know.
No, that's not what I'm saying, and don't ever twist my words.
That's what I heard.
I know it's what you heard, because your ears are so full of Bastion's bullshit. You don't know what's fucking right and wrong. What's the fucking wishing well
Wishing well is a prison
for?
for Changeling.
And you don't think that's fucking wrong. You
Oh,
fucking
so it's
lunatic.
okay to fucking put people in prison, and you don't think that's wrong either? I'm sorry. I'm a little confused. What side of the goddamn fence are you on here? Because, like, you're all over the map, sir. Pick a lane.
How about you back the fuck up, you lunatic? You absolute fucking lunatic. What side am I? You know what? Those people you have imprisoned are
Wow, so
fucking
you're people
innocent.
now.
Are you just arguing me for argument's sake? A little bit. I fucking thought so. Now, if you don't shut up, I will put my hand up your fucking cunt and turn you into a puppet. All right? Now, what's the depths?
Excuse you?
No,
That's
excuse you.
assault.
What's the depths? It's hard to assault a corpse. What's the depths?
Oh no, I have to make a roll for her. Hold on, give me just a second.
The amount of restraint it's taking Dain right now
No.
to not rip this
It's
woman
not
in
nice. Oh fuck. Okay.
It's a little easier than you think,
So-
actually.
You say something about a corpse.
Is that right, Kobe?
And you watch her die again. She dies. Like, as soon as she acknowledges you called her a corpse and went, oh yeah, that's right, I'm dead. She just, the seamstress comes over and is like, here, let me fix this. And picks her back up.
Oh, I broke her toy.
And we're going to go ahead and segue while the seamstress fixes Dr. Cassidy, who broke again. We'll introduce Dearg real quick. We'll introduce Az here while they die, and then we'll go ahead and move on to Spindle Clutch. All right, Az, when you're done choking, who are you?
Hi, I'm Az. I play Dearg the good boy, Redcap, who is not sure who he is at this moment, except for, he's Sims. That's, yep.
All right, Spindle Clutch. You are currently floating amongst these threads and these beads, and you are seeing glimpses of dreams in them, brief flashes of car rides, someone falling, someone flying. You see dark places and bright places. You see things that you know are probably sad, someone talking to a deceased loved one, someone talking to a good friend. As you pass by all of these, you see, like I said, you see figures jumping. Some of the figures look a little bit like Ferris, jumping to and from these things. You see them hiding amongst the threads with your extended sight of the Autumn Court. Some of them look, again, almost changeling, like some look like cats, some look like dogs. Some don't seem to have form. They're just anamorphous shadows that you can see, just streaks of light. When this power of yours hits them, they illuminate, but they are kind of just shapeless masses of writhing shadows.
I think for a very brief moment, Spindle Clutch will just kind of soak it all in. And for the very briefest of time, they contemplate just staying. And they look down at the cameo necklace around their neck. Oh, Margaret, if you could see it now. It's like being afloat in a sea of stars, and cloaked in art and breathing music. I'm glad you got to come with me. And he's gonna try and reach out and snag one of these incubus and hitch a ride.
So what you snag is the tail of one of these cat-like ones. You grab onto its tail. Its tail is split. You grab on, and it whips its tail and brings you to face it. What are you doing?
Perhaps we should begin with introductions. Pardon me for just grabbing your tail. I thought you were just a wisp of light for a moment. My name is Spindle, the Sage of 2nd Avenue. It's one. Did I cut out?
You cut out the tail end there.
Wonderful.
Sorry, just the tail end.
It's well, I am on the tail end, but that's fair.
I caught a little bit of that.
Man, my internet is taking a dive right now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I hear you. So basically, yeah, oh my goodness. Of course it's going to take a dive right this second.
Here, hold on.
Oops. Well, that was a load of crap. Sorry, it wouldn't be the Figment Collective without technical difficulties.
Oh, there's technical difficulties about the stream I was just in. Our call dropped like 4 times. It's because all the electrical storms going on right now.
Yeah, no, we're having a storm too. I think that was the issue at the beginning when I was having a lot of problems.
You can hear the rain and everything. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Is that
All
better?
right, let's give this a try.
All right, good. So
wonderful.
Cat pulls you forward.
Yes. Pardon me. I thought for a moment you are just a wisp of light. Perhaps we should begin with introductions. I am called Spindle, and it is wonderful to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I have many names, but you can just call me Cat.
Oh, I do like cats. Cats are wonderful. But you are a very special cat, aren't you?
Yes, I was created from dreams of cats. Many dreams, all the dreams of cats. I'm every dream that anyone's ever dreamed of a cat. Now, what do you need?
Well, I was brought here in pursuit of a rather dastardly scoundrel who seems to have escaped, and I need to find my way back into a dream so that I may exit this realm of gathered dreams, as it were.
Okay. Well, since you've hopped a ride with me, tell me what it is you're going to give to me in return for helping you with this, because nothing's free.
Well, how about this? I can give you a wonderful, wonderful dream that you can come to whenever you like. A dream where you will be very well treated. You will be pampered more than any cat has ever been pampered in all of the days that have ever come or gone.
Deal.
Wonderful. We need to find the dream of a young boy. His name is Jeremy. He should be asleep for his afternoon nap, and we don't have much time.
Okay. And the cat is going to basically dreamwalk, jump from dream to dream. What does he normally dream about?
On a good day? Usually walks that he takes in the park on Sundays with his father, which is where he met Spindle when Spindle was playing at the Checkers Club.
Okay. Anything specific about the park? And the cat is asking this, so it's the cat being like, so specific. What about the park? What did the park look like? What does it have in it?
Well, I only ever go as far as the checker tables, but I can describe the checker tables in great detail, which is where I met Jeremy and therefore where the dream usually ensues.
Trees? Trees.
Yes, trees.
Play structure.
There's a large blue gazebo that is seven tables, and there are 8 checker tables that are made out of stone with little wooden benches on each side.
Chess pieces?
Checkers.
Not chess.
Not chess, checkers. It's very important that they be checkers.
Okay. And you see...
Oh, there's a fountain. There's a fountain.
Ooh, fountain. All right.
There's a large, well-endowed woman holding a bowl in which the water flows from the bowl over the fountain, down her dress. It's a gorgeous art piece.
Okay. So cat jumps into a dream, and you see it look, and it scans this dream. And I'm not going to describe every dream you go through because it's going to take fucking forever, but you basically see the cat run over, to like a bookshelf that's in this dream and jump into it. And you come out from another bookshelf in a different dream. And you see it look around and it finds another object, a painting. It jumps through the painting and you're just on its tail as it goes. And you see it do this several times. It looks around, it finds something to latch onto and leap through into another dream. As people are dreaming and dreaming different things. And it keeps leaping and it keeps leaping and it keeps leaping. And then you find that it has come to a fountain and it leaps into the fountain. And you end up at this checkers table. You end up at this park. You see the trees. It is the dream you were expecting, and the cat.
Yes, wonderful. Now we must locate Jeremy. He's a rather small boy, dark of hair, green of eyes. He wears a little red shirt that says Pizza Planet on it.
Okay. And will he be here?
Yes, he will be here.
All right. Cat scans and scans and scans. You don't see him. Cat goes, I don't think he's asleep yet.
Could Spindle Clutch, since Spindle Clutch has a dreaming pledge with him, could he feel if he was asleep?
Yeah, Spindle Clutch, he's not asleep. You are essentially in the remnant of a dream. So when he goes to sleep, he will be in this dream. He will see you. You'll have been in the remnant of the dream already. So essentially, because it's the accumulation of where all dreams go, this dream is somewhere in the skein, even though the dreamer is not currently dreaming. So you are basically sitting in the back of a little boy's mind right now, waiting for him to fall asleep.
Spindle Clutch will just kind of sit there for a moment and just kind of whisper, Jeremy, my boy, you're getting very sleepy. It's time for you to rest.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion and either charisma or manipulation. If you want to use Balm of Unwakeable Slumber, you can. However, that is going to risk a glamour check. And you do not have...
No.
You have one glamour, so...
I have one glamour left. Three successes.
You feel the startings of that yawn, of that, yeah, maybe I could go for a nap. Maybe I could lay down. And it takes a while. It takes a minute. You know how children are, even if they might be tired, something catches their attention briefly and they're like, oh, just like 2 more minutes and I'll go lay down, But eventually you feel him fall asleep and you see him walk through the dream.
Spindle Clutch will look up and sort of wave him down. Jeremy, my boy, come here. I have someone to introduce you to. And he picks up Cat.
That little. Cat can change shape.
Just stay small for now. It'll go with the gig. Don't blow my cover.
Okay.
Jeremy, this is Cat.
Hello, Cat.
Cat is going to be your very fast friend while you are dreaming.
Okay.
And you know the way that I come when the dreams are bad and I gobble them up and I make them go away.
Uh-huh.
cat is going to keep you company on the good dreams when I'm gone.
I like that idea.
Yes. Now, if I remember correctly, cat loves to have fun. You must take cat for long walks and play games. And I'm sure cat would love to play checkers or jump rope or jacks, perhaps.
Wow.
Yes, very good, very good.
He'll sit cat down.
Well, Jeremy, now that I know that it is a good dream for you, it's time for me to go.
Okay, where are you? You're gonna go home?
I am always nearby, my boy. I am always nearby.
Okay. I will see you later then. And he scoops the cat up.
Good boy.
And Spindle Clutch is going to try and slither out of the dream.
All right. I'm going to need you to make a roll for me for this because he is your dreamer. So you can actually attempt to go out through his dream. I'm going to allow you to attempt to go back out through his dream because you're familiar with him. So go ahead and roll manipulation and occult.
Four.
It takes a long while. And Jeremy has run off to play with Kat, as you told him to. And there's a few moments where you're like, I'm not, this didn't work. I'm not going to wake up. What is happening? And then your eyes open and you are back in your hollow. You are lying on the floor and you see Copper with his mask. He looks, hi.
Good boy, good boy.
Spindle Clutch will pat him on the face.
Okay.
You did very well. You did very well.
All right.
I learned much information about Bastion more.
All right. So you're good then?
Did everyone get out? Did we get the information that we needed?
Yeah, everyone got out. We got information. Everyone got out.
Were the queens located?
No.
Bollocks. Very well. I have to make a phone call.
All right, I'm gonna go then.
Before you do,
Yes.
come with me. I owe you a favor.
Okay. He'll
And
follow.
Spindle Clutch will walk him up into the shop and go to a very specific corner where all of the old stage things are, and he'll pull out one of the split Harlequin masks
Oh.
and hold it out to him.
I have it on good authority. This was stolen from the opera house in Vienna.
Ooh. I can have it.
It is yours to do with as you please. Make it smile, make it frown, whatever it is you desire.
Thank you.
I won't forget what you did for me, Copper. And know that while I am the keeper of Queen Val's court, you are always welcome.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Yep. You take care. And he leaves. Now, it is like it's later than you expected it to be, Spindle Clutch. It's much later than you expected it to be between the dream hopping and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead before you make your phone call. I need to see what Sim and Dearg are doing because I need to know where they're going to be when you call. So since we have Dearg now, Sim, Dearg, you just got done talking to Zara. Zara is busy doing some more research, which I will absolutely get to Zara at some point. But what are you guys doing right now? Tacos were dropped off. Zara has vegan tacos again. She and Oscar are tucked back in the office. They've cleaned up the water mess.
After that, you've been in the car the whole time, Dearg.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
Got
you've
it.
been at. And we went to go see Zara and Oscar at the Ferryman Freehold and spent a little bit of time there. And then we ran to get some food for Zara. And then now that that's done, at the moment, Sim is driving back to the South Freehold to connect up with Reed and the others.
Okay, so Dearg is like doing his kind of normal thing where he's hanging his head out the window. Kind of looking around at everything.
Hey.
Remembering what it's like to be in a car. Yeah.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see about getting you some help, all right?
For what?
For everything that's happened tonight.
Oh. Okay.
I'm guessing you're probably in a bit of. There's probably a bit of shock, a bit of.
No.
I mean, you took quite a tumble there, bud.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so.
Well,
I bet Dain. I think it was Dain. It wasn't Dain, and then it was. So we should probably make sure Dain is. Where is everybody?
Dain's walking it off at the moment. He'll be all right.
Okay.
We. Now you said you were. You said earlier that. You said earlier that the onslaught had contacted you. You said it was her you heard.
Yeah. I didn't want to get words wrong because the words were the wrong color. If I said them, they needed to be the right color, and they weren't the right color, so I had to make them the right color. So she's mad.
Yeah. What did she want to see you about? Do you remember that? You told me a little bit about what you did, but
what did I do?
you told me you made it sound like her.
Oh yeah. Because the blood was there was blood, and then there was time. Time doesn't work the same because the time's different everywhere. That's how time works. I think that's how time works. I don't know how time works. I could only get so much done. We could only do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else did you see while you were there? Besides, you mentioned a throne, Bastion, someone. Anything else?
They all have thrones, so it makes sense that he'd have a throne, right?
I suppose. Thinks pretty highly of himself.
With a book and a pedestal and a cup and a throne and blood, all the blood. Everything's covered in blood.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you Do you recall why the onslaught contacted you? Was it because of something?
It's the voice. The voice is. I wanted to make sure, so I did what she said, and then she thought it was him. So she got a call. And it wasn't on purpose.
Now, Dearg, I just want you to be aware if we had,
Is that my name?
Dearg? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, that's your
it's
name.
Wrong. It's wrong.
Well, what's wrong about it?
Good. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt when you say it. So it's better. It's better.
Do you want me to call you something else?
No. It hurts.
Okay.
This is better.
All right.
She just wanted to talk.
I don't want you to talk to her right now. I just want to be clear on that. You're in a situation where she could take a lot of advantage of you. You're in a very compromising situation at the moment. We got to work on helping you out. So I don't want you to talk to her right now.
Okay. I won't.
She's going to probably end up contacting one of us. Probably me. And I'm just going to deal with it as it comes, all right? We still have your task we got to finish. We still have the magic stick, the fancy stick that we got to get.
What stick?
Oh, you probably...
the stick. The stick.
Oh, yeah.
We need the stick.
We got to get that sorted out in addition to all the other stuff that Dain and everyone else found out.
Yeah, I bet Dain.
I know. He'll heal.
I just wanted to eat,
I get it. I understand, Dearg. You weren't yourself. And I'm trying to get you... I'm going to help you as much as I possibly can. All right? You know that, right? I'm here for you.
I got you.
The last thing you're going to do is something that you're going to regret. I don't want you to do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get some help for you. And Reed is... We're going to go talk... You remember Reed?
We met Reed.
Mm-hmm.
We were running. Everything hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We were running and they were at our heels and everything hurt.
Mm-hmm. Remember those trees we ran past?
Yeah. Trees and the dirt and the dogs. And the dogs, all the dogs.
Mm-hmm. We heard them and we kept going. We tripped. We got, scraped. But we kept going. And that's what still needs to happen. All right?
Derek's head is out the window, and the more you talk about what was going on, the more he's back there.
You arrive at
Bondi.
the South Ward.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get back with the tacos and by the time that you get to the South Ward, it's much closer to 7:15 now. Dusk has arrived, so get all of your willpower back. Everyone who spent willpower, regain it. And Sim, you can have a small conversation with Reed before Spindle Clutch's call comes in.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Hello.
Sorry to barge in on you like this. Dearg, come on in.
Yeah, whereas Dearg normally walks directly into the office, he stops in the main room because he's not allowed inside.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. You can come here.
Okay.
Come
here. Yeah. Directly next to Sim.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Best as I understand it, there was an incident at the church, and I believe it involved Spindle. And Derek then informed me that he was going to try something. And I believe he jumped into a dream. In fact, I know he did.
Okay.
And who he jumped into the dream of, it was Bastion's.
What happened in the dream?
Best as I can say, unless... Dearg, do you want to tell Reed a little bit about what happened?
I poisoned them all.
He also made it seem, conjured up the voice of the onslaught, and made it seem as if she was doing these things.
That's not...
I believe.
I just needed the box to say the right words.
Wow. Poisoning somebody is always a bad thing.
I'm sorry. And Dearg goes to kind of move the chain that isn't there again.
Not something that we do, Dearg.
No.
The onslaught is a separate issue.
Dearg is going to need some help, and that's what I'm here for. It's pretty clear what's occurred, and I need some assistance.
All right.
Helping him recover.
We'll help. We've helped once before. We can help again. But this is why you called about the asking about. I suggested the Autumn Court. You can contact someone from the Autumn Court if you need them.
Yes.
Savannah's
who were you calling? Savannah is Autumn Court, all right.
Sim first.
Okay.
All right, you get a phone call, Sim, in the middle of this conversation of...
Okay.
Yes, Savannah is Autumn Court, but it needs to be somebody who's trained in a specific thing. Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, I was going to follow up with Savannah about it, but some stuff happened at the forge before we could get to... Okay. Hold on. Oh, I got a call coming in. Hold on.
All right.
Hello.
Young Master Sim.
Holy shit, it's Spindle. Hello.
Is everything alright? Did everyone make it out? A copper said that most everyone was unarmed.
Yes, we managed to extricate ourselves just fine. The one we didn't Okay, it's good to hear your voice. I didn't understand or didn't hear about what happened to you.
I crept within the dream. I made battle with Bastion more.
Okay.
And it bought everyone enough time to escape.
Yeah, we're all accounted for. Everything is fine. Well, not everything is fine, but it's fine as far as that goes.
Very good. Very good. Then the endeavor was worth more than just the information.
Where are you right now?
I'm at the shop.
Okay.
Copper brought my sleeping body back here, and I had to sneak through a few hundred dreams to get back, but here we are.
All right, then. Listen, I got a little situation I'm dealing with Dearg right now, but
There was a woman in the dream, unaccounted for.
Okay.
Do you know anything about that? Did anyone else enter the dream?
I believe only Dearg did. Besides you. And that's...
What's wrong with young Master Dearg?
He didn't come out of that dream in a good way.
Was he woken up prematurely?
He was woken up as time allowed.
I suspect he's delusional, loss of time, displacement of memories. Yes?
He's got a bit of that, yeah.
Bring him to me. I will do what I can to soothe your young friend. It's not a permanent fix by any means. He will need to visit someone much more skilled than I. But I can begin the process.
All right. We'll see what we can do. I'm here speaking with Reed for a moment, but we'll make arrangements.
You should know, Sim. Bastion Moore is a changeling, not much unlike yourself. He is blight bent, a fire elemental that has given itself to corruption.
I've never encountered any of those before.
We are dealing with a foe far more powerful than I believe we've even imagined in the first place. I managed to wound him in the dream, but I doubt that it will be a fight that is able to be won in a single battle.
I see. Well, I'm glad you made it out.
Yes, bring him directly into my hollow. I will begin preparing.
Okay.
But I must call Dain.
All right. Heads up, I don't know if you'll get a hold of him right now. He was making a little trip. Service might be sketchy, if you know what I mean.
Yes, it is always important to have good wait staff. I do understand. Yes, service is important.
Alright. See you soon.
Very well. Take care of yourself and the young Master Dearg. I know it's a tall order, Sim, but you are a responsible young man.
I try. Take care, Spindle.
Reed has, in the meantime, walked over to Dearg, and of course, like she did kind of the first time she saw you, she's making soothing sounds, and she's letting you know that it's going to be okay, and that you're safe, and that you're in the mortal world, and that you are okay, and that you're going to be okay, and that you're in the hands of friends and people who just want to help. The same kinds of things she said to you when you first arrived. That no one here means you harm, that everyone here just wants to see that you are going to be all right.
Yeah, Derek's like trying to move the chain while trying to get all the mud and leaves that aren't actually on him off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Reed?
Yes.
Spindle has made an offer to help with Dearg, and Spindle is a known quantity for us, so there's I'm going to take Dearg by there. But we will be in contact later, because there's a lot that we need to discuss with everybody. There's so much.
Spindle Clutch is Autumn Court, but as a keeper, he is not trained. So when you get done speaking to him, we'll see if we can put you in contact with someone who can help a little bit more. All Autumn courtiers know a little bit.
Okay.
About this.
All right. I'm going to head on over there. Dearg, we're going to go for just a little ride. We're going to go see Spindle. You remember Spindle? A little bit?
Shadow and knives.
Shadow and knives.
All right.
I was going to
We're
say
gonna go ahead.
shadow and toilets, but...
Shadows and knives, and then he ate the poison.
Well, you get Dearg back into the car and get him to drive to Spindle's. We're going to jump over to Zarya. Zarya!
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, you and Oscar, how'd you roll? Have been very busy at work. Now, you are slightly distracted by the fact of everything that happened. So it's taking you a little bit longer than normal. As you type on your keyboard, you find yourself writing the wrong things, getting confused at times almost, and then remembering that you have hands and that you're not just a body of water anymore. And it's not to the point where you're like totally traumatized by it or anything, but it's enough that like when your mind wanders, it takes you a minute to come back and be like, I'm here. I'm physical. But you start to look into who were you looking into? Was it Leo and Robert?
Robert. Specifically, those two.
And you'd already found out that Robert was, he was that family father was a war veteran, had lost limbs, and it was kind of his pet project basically to find a way to improve life for anyone that suffered the same things his father did, amputation due to injury, And so it seems like that was less of the son's pet project and more Leo was riding daddy's coattails and spending lots of money, and I'm the son of a CEO and therefore I deserve things, and kind of that self-entitled, you find a lot of articles where daddy had to bail him out of jail because he got caught, doing some stuff and then driving or, getting into a fight or something, just illicit activities. Again, we don't offer advice on this channel. And it seemed like their relationship was becoming strange shortly before Daddy Dearest got sick and the company was transferred. There was speculation in the media, speculation in other groups that maybe knew them, that Robert was going to write him out, was going to hire an outside person to run the company. as he didn't feel his son was responsible enough to take that on. But it was right after Daddy got sick that a lot of those donations to the church started happening.
How recent?
Within the last 2 years.
Okay. Does it say anywhere what Robert is sick with in any news media articles? Nothing.
You get the Reddit threads that dig into this stuff, and you get, oh, maybe it was some kind of chronic illness. Maybe, he's 60, maybe it's a heart condition. From what you could tell, he took decent care of himself. But you also get the occasional Reddit post where they're like, oh, I bet his son was poisoning him. I bet he mysteriously fell ill from being poisoned. This, like full conspiracy of, oh, maybe they paid, the mafia, or, the things people say to justify, why someone might mysteriously end up sick or whatever.
Did the criminal activity cease after he took over? Just like cease. Done.
It did, as a matter of fact. All of that activity stopped. He was not with your two. You don't find that out with your two. Yeah, you'll get there. Don't worry. But yeah, it seems like shortly. It was right before his dad got sick is when it seemed he started to gain responsibility. And then his dad got sick. And you have to keep in mind, this is within a couple of months of each other. He used to be a big partier, go out every night, go to expensive clubs, drive his fucking expensive ass cars, joyride with strange women he met on the internet or whatever the hell. And that stopped, and then about a month later, for about a month, there was nothing about him getting in trouble. There was nothing about him being at clubs. He wasn't tweeting out things like, "Well, at the club again." He wasn't posting Instagram pictures of him like getting trashed with his friends for about a month, and then his dad got sick, and then he took over the company. And so from that point forward, he hasn't been getting into any trouble that you can tell. If he has, he's been either heavily covered up and he's just not talking about it on his social media anymore, or he just completely stopped.
Yeah. Also, Zara's going to put the location of the office on the map.
All right. It's in one of the business districts.
Yep. But she can assume with the month of silence, she's like, okay, this guy probably was forced into rehab, but I'm not too sure.
That's another thing on the Reddit threads. No, his dad made him, because his dad knew he was sick. Things like that. It's celebrity gossip, conspiracy theories. But a small part of you goes, they're probably not wrong, to be honest. It seemed like a very sudden 180.
Yeah. She's going to print up the police reports, everything that she's found so far. Make another file for just Leo.
Just Leo. It's a lot. There was a lot of police reports. It seems like Daddy's money went to paying off those problems. Seems like he never really got a punishment. If anything, it was a slap on the wrist, some community service that it didn't seem like he served, but it still went away, yeah,
oh,
no.
God. Oh, God.
And Oscar comes over and he's like, okay, so this is what I've found on Sleep Labs. Essentially, they find people to treat for these sleeping issues. It can be any kind of sleeping issue, even something minor or caused by trauma of some variety, sleep-related traumas. They come in, they get it studied in these rooms. And he shows you he printed out what the pictures of the rooms. They have like for your comfort, like they show you what the rooms look like on the website so that people feel comfortable bringing their families there or whatever. And it's got like a little bed, and there's, beautiful little pictures and some fake plants, and none of the rooms have windows. And there's like a chair, an observation chair in the room, so that if someone needs to come in and observe something, they can sit in the chair. There is some reading materials, and they do say they have Wi-Fi access, but like they have rules for admittance. You can't be using your phone after a certain point because they don't want it to mess with your brain. There are some nights you won't be able to use your phone, just to see if there's any correlation between the phone use and that issue or whatever. It's kind of anything to see if they can alleviate the issue through a non-medical means. There are those machines that they stick to the little electrodes that go on your head that read your brain activity while you're sleeping, to see if maybe a medication can be made, if it's a medical like a problem that can be solved with that. Recognizing sleeping pattern or brainwave patterns during sleep and things like that. And what he found about that is shortly before Sleep Labs started donating to them, Dr. Cassidy's daughter was admitted, and Oscar looks very guilty when he shares this information with you because he should not have access to it. But he rolled really fucking well. So here we go.
What did you do? How did you? You violated HIPAA.
On accident?
Uh-huh.
We're going to go with that.
Good job. We're not doing that again.
There. You have no idea how, you just no idea how he did it. But there it is a file on Dr. Cassidy's daughter who suffered from night terrors. And they were looking into her brain patterns and watching her get up in the middle of the night, and those cords attached to her head stretching. And it, there are little marks on it. And then she suddenly stopped being admitted after 2 months. And apparently Mother Cassidy Sharp called and said, hey, she seems to be doing better, and stopped bringing her there.
Does it line up with the timeline before the child goes missing?
Yes, it does.
Before.
Not right before, a couple of months before.
All right. Look, Oscar. So who owns this company?
The owners of this company are a couple named Maggie and David Smith. A common last name, but yeah. I tried to see if it was fake. I couldn't tell.
One of them has to have a medical license, I think.
Well, we can look that up.
But that's really weird, though. Cassidy's involved with this. Cassidy's involved with the church. They're involved with the church.
Do you think Cassidy is the common denominator between them? Do you think maybe she's the one that got them to donate to the church in the first place?
Maybe.
You think that's possible?
That is a possibility.
I mean, her daughter was already a patient there. Maybe she got them to donate. Maybe when she was going to her grief counseling there, just like, hey, this church is helping me. You tried to help my daughter. I don't know. Maybe she tried to guilt trip him into it. Maybe she, told him it was a tax write-off. I don't know, but
blackmail. I don't know.
Possibly.
All right, we're gonna need to research those two, David and Maggie Smith.
I mean, it is a common last name, but
Maggie's got to be short for something.
I just looked on. I didn't invade that privacy quite as much, so I can look deeper into it.
Would appreciate it. See if they have any criminal records or anything, or their medical license number if they're on a board of trustees, because that's usually a thing with medical people that I apparently found out with Cassidy.
Yep, I'll go ahead and get to that. And he hands you a little file. It matches the ones you've been making. It says Sleep Labs on it. He sets it down on your desk to add to the other things. And I'm going to go ahead and make another roll for him real quick.
Woot woot. Also, during that, she was doodling on Leo says, it says the party boy on the front of the file.
Just a big old wine bottle.
Yep.
Not bad for Oscar. So you guys start.
He sounds like somebody that would get along with Dristan.
Oh yeah. Triggered. Anyways, you see Oscar go back. He starts typing away, and a few minutes later, her name is Magdalene. Maiden name is West.
All right. We got a starting point.
We got a starting point. And if you want to make another intelligence and investigation roll, remember you can use your glamour the same way you do a rouse check, and then you add your weird to it. You should have 3 dots. It'll give you 3 extra dice if you'd like to do that.
Nah, since we're using intelligence now, my dice pool got a little bit bigger. We're good.
Oh, cool. Not wit. Yeah, we'll go with intelligence for this one.
All right. Two successes.
Ever since your episode and your freak out, you've been having a little bit harder of a time concentrating on your searches. It's taking you a little bit longer than you expected it to, but you do eventually find out that Magdalene is the one, which if you look for Magdalene Smith, you do find that she does have a medical license in medical sciences. Essentially, she is licensed to study sleep patterns and potentially help with that particular field of medicine. She's not a neurologist per se, but she does have some experience in at least brain function and what that looks like when someone is sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Or what it should look like from a normal perspective, normal relative term. And she is fully licensed. Her husband, David, owns the business side of it. He has a business license. They have all the proper businessing license. They own the building. Everything seems to be on the up and up with their company. That you can tell no one sued them that you can see, unless it was covered up or some other settled without getting courts involved if there was any kind of incident. But I mean, it's just sleep studies. It seems like people come in, they sleep, they get a result.
So nothing too shady.
Nothing too shady for them.
She'll note it, put a little sticky note. It says too clean, sus.
Oscar, at some point, just it's getting a little late. These searches have taken you a little bit. He's like, hey, look, I know Sim brought you tacos like an hour or two ago, but do you wanna like, are you thirsty? Can I get you anything? Can I do anything for you?
Probably Probably some water. No, let's do another soda. Ugh, and I need to get up and stretch.
All right. So he'll bring you a Mountain Dew, or he's just gonna do yoga in the middle of the room.
Yeah, let's go.
Yoga. A yoga break. So he'll bring a Mountain Dew in. And he kind of props himself up on his desk. It's just like, so. Do you need to contact anybody? Do you need to contact Sim again?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
He's busy.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's a little bit busy in some regard. Getting all. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Usually is. Unfortunately, I mean, I can't say any other time is better, really. It depends on what's going on, but yeah, it's kind of, everything kind of exploded before you arrived, or right as you were arrived. You haven't been here that long. It's not normally like this. This is special circumstance. It tend to usually just be every day, not
not this chaos that we're in right now. Well, hopefully things settle once we're done doing what we're doing.
Yeah, that's the hope. Go back to, because once things settle, you'll be able to get set up, and you'll get to see what normally happens when someone gets out of the hedge, rather than what happened when you did. He kind of chuckles. It's a little funny. It's not, but it's a little funny if you think about it.
It is actually, it is kind of funny because I feel like I'm on hard mode right now. Like
a little bit. I mean, I'd say that you couldn't have picked a better time, but that would be
I could have just stayed there a little while. No, I couldn't have stayed there a little while longer.
Yeah, no, that's a way worse. I feel this is better.
Sorry about earlier.
It's fine. It's fine. I got it all cleaned up. We're good. Like, I get it. I do. It's something that happens to the best of us, really. I have my moments too. I still have my moments. I've been out for a bit, so.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you don't drown an entire office.
No, but I've hit several people. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about my bad decisions right now. We don't need to talk about my bad decisions.
I feel like we should work on this a little bit longer and then stop for the night.
All right. We can go ahead and we'll get back to work. Are you all done stretching? Anything else? Do you need any snacks? Are you good?
No, I am good. I am good.
All right.
Crack open the soda, chug it. Let's go.
All right.
The flaming hot Mountain Dew.
No, we brought the regular Mountain. It's a regular Mountain Dew.
He's a dragon. It would make sense.
It's not funny. Okay, shame on you. Shame on you. Anyways, Dain, the seamstress has patched up fucking Dr. Cassidy. She basically did the same thing. She opened her up and just reworked some stitching that had come loose from the basic aneurysm that you gave this woman. Stitches it back up, closes her chest, props her back up on the chair, and she breathes in again and is all surprised and startled.
You have a nice sleep.
Fuck you.
You wish.
Ew.
Right.
Please.
Oh, please. Guess I'm not monster enough for you. Speaking of monsters, I ain't gonna use Tail of Baba Yaga.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Remind me what it does. I know it's one of the fear ones. Is it the
Yep.
one that you give them fear or you know their fear?
Through the course of a conversation
Ah, okay.
or
Yep.
oratory, the changeling makes the concept supernaturally terrifying as they can, instilling individuals or entire crowds with an unnatural fear of that thing.
Okay. What's the thing?
Bastion.
Oh. Okay. All right, go ahead and make me a roll because she has to make one as well. So go ahead and look at what you need to roll. The dice box is cranky.
Seems up.
How many? 4? Yep. Okay, so she matched, but you're the aggressor. So go ahead and start your conversation.
Speaking of monsters, you keep calling me one. Well, what sort of monster does that make Bastion? A person you work for, did work for, that would kidnap people, interrogate them, torture them, kill them, and or turn them into more monstrosities.
Now,
What
you
sort of
see, as you're talking, because you know that as those words come out, you know that you are going to make her afraid. That was your whole intention. And being human, she shouldn't be even able to resist it. This is something you do to people all the time to feed and things like that. And so you notice this almost weird thing happen. She's, like as you're saying it, you can sense the fear come up, but she's holding on to her head and is just like, no, he's really nice. And it's like she's trying not necessarily to fight it, but that something else is fighting it. And she's just he's helping. He said he was going to help. And then eventually you break through whatever that is. And you can see that you scared her.
you could say you could help all day long, but truly, what sort of person, monster, man, human are they if they could do that to any innocent person that you could probably care about? You've seen the people at that church, and then I'm sure you've not seen them. You've seen something probably that looks like them, walking down with artificial legs. I mean, you did some surgery yourself, remember?
I never performed a surgery.
No, no.
I've never performed a surgery.
Was, if I remember correctly, that she was the one that did the fucking stuff on Jack's sister.
No.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that made the medication for the people that were very sick from the surgeries, like Pippin, but she is not a surgeon and has never performed one of the surgeries at the church. She's overseen them. She's been she was there when some of them were happening, but she didn't actually participate in the surgeries. She's not a surgeon.
Right. So you didn't partake, but did you see any of it?
All amounts.
Small amounts. You saw a normal person such as yourself walk in and then go out to something completely. That's something a nice person would do, right? That's something someone would do. You know, Dr. Mangala called. He wants his fucking stick back. You know what I mean?
He told us that it was.
Also, have you got a headache or something? Because you're holding your head pretty damn tight.
I don't have a headache. No, I don't have a
Did
headache.
Bastion ever have a conversation with you alone and that you felt really sleepy all of a sudden?
Bastion had plenty of conversations with me alone.
And did you often fall asleep? Where time lapses, perhaps? That's a yes or no question, Doctor.
Maybe.
Maybe the fact that you can't even remember, is that not a little bit startling to you? A little bit startling.
I mean,
You're a very smart woman. You should remember if you fell asleep or not.
you're right. I should remember if I fell asleep or not. And I don't. But this was almost 5 years ago. Do you remember every time you've fallen asleep?
Yes, I do. Because
I
I
have a
wake
hard
up every
time
morning
believing
with
that.
terrible nightmares. And what, you're telling me you've never had a conversation in the last 5 years with him alone and that you just had time lapses? Because I'm going to go out on a limb.
No.
I'm going to go out on the limb here and say your friend Bastion has been in your head. Literally. The thoughts you have about him aren't fucking real. They're placed there by him. Now, I'm going to let you come to your realization of that on your own. Because deep down you know I'm right. You're smart. You can tell I'm not lying.
And of course, because you've activated this, she's progressively getting more frightened. Just like even the idea that Bastion has messed with her head is messing with her head, basically. She starts to kind of shake a little bit, just.
And if he did that to you, imagine what memories he could have implanted in you or taken away from you. Hell, it could have been him you made a deal with. It could have been him that helped the master take your daughter and took that memory away. Just think about that.
A will saves. Whee! Failure. So basically, what you see is she just shuts down completely and starts doing something you kind of recognize that Dearg has done, where she starts to repeat some sentences a lot, which is just it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, or things like he wouldn't do that, he said he wouldn't do that, and she just kind of keeps going and is just kind of like rocking almost in her chair.
Close to her face. Just like
she doesn't even act like she sees you.
That's right. You called me a monster. And if he's just like me, what makes you think you wouldn't do that?
And, she just... She's left the building. Like,
he's getting up and he's walking away.
Yeah.
He's gonna let her stew and think about that.
Yeah. Which is, see how
Also,
she does.
I'm also
Make
eating on the
some.
way out. Nom, nom, nom.
I'll make some rolls for her later and see how she does. Dearg. I'm gonna roll for Row to get you guys back safely. But Dearg, you arrive at Spindle Clutches.
I drove
I'm
carefully.
over here driving reasonably for once.
Because I promised to Zarya I would.
She's doing research.
Who's doing research?
Zarya.
Oh, yes. Yes. Alright. I'm going to pull up and be like, hey, Dearg, you remember any of this place? Does it look familiar?
With the snails.
Yeah, now we're coming in by the shop entrance, I'm assuming.
Alright.
So
Where's the lady with all the hands?
they're not here right now.
Okay.
And we need to be careful about them as well. As I'm sure you
okay.
know. But hey, let's go head into the shop here. We'll enter the door. Sure the bell rings.
Ding ling 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 ling.
And Sim will look around and hey Spindle, we're here.
Spindle Clutch is sitting at the table in the middle of the shop. The very different tea from the last time, whistling in the pot. This tea is hemlock and stinging nettle.
Okay. Very.
We'll pull out chairs for each of them. Please.
Dearg looks over to Sim.
It's okay. Let's have a seat. Looks like we're gonna have some tea and have a little chat.
Terrible. Make sure the chain isn't hitting the chair.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What was that? I didn't quite hear.
Me?
Oh no.
Yes, do you like tea, young Master Dearg? You can even eat the cup if you like.
I'm not allowed to.
You can do whatever you like while you're here. This place is safe. As locked down as can be, but as free as a rolling plain at sunset.
That's when we have to go in.
Who is drinking the tea?
Spindle Clutch has already had a cup.
Okay. I need you to make me a stamina and resolve. And if you have a toxin resistance, roll that too. Anyone else who drinks it, hemlock is highly poisonous.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to need anyone that drinks that tea to make that roll for me, because Spindle Clutch just poisoned you all.
Part of the process.
I haven't partaken any of the tea yet. So
Yeah, when you do, it's poisonous.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Spindle Clutch is okay, so
Dearg's looking at Sim. Am I allowed to drink the tea?
I think it's probably best for you. I don't know if it's. I'll have a
I
small
will say
sip.
this. If you are to drink this tea, you are agreeing to something. This is a very special tea. It is the beginning of a ritual. It is a sign of trust.
Question. Real fast. Or more, it's more of a statement. If Spindle Clutch does not specify what the agreement is and things like that, and that he gets to drink, you will need to roll a clarity for every person that drinks it. I just want to want to let you know. So I know you're kind of in the middle of explaining, but I just want to clear that up before we start, so that you're not surprised if I'm like, hey.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This tea has a great potential to draw you into a very deep slumber. Nigh on death. Perhaps even death. But to confront our great fears, we must be ready to die. Is that not the truth?
That's what I'm
As
supposed
the
to do.
autumn leaves blaze orange and gold, so must we give ourselves to the changing of the seasons.
Dearg's still looking at Sim.
Is this
I
part
will
of...
not lie to you, it's very dangerous. But the most courageous and dangerous thing is to admit we are in a place where we need healing. And this is where that begins. Do you understand, young Master Sim?
I do understand where you're coming from, Spindle, but is this part of the preparation you were referring to earlier? For Dearg? I am not... Could I make a wits and occult roll on any knowledge of this particular ritual?
You're more than welcome to make...
even something I would be aware of, or is this specific to the court?
I mean, hemlock, when in proper dosage, is a extremely powerful psychoactive agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of poisoning you. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm aware of what hemlock is.
Yeah. Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
Your wits and occult.
And then I'll, and then I'll take a...
Dearg's not a person, so he's waiting to be told what to do.
Understood.
I'm so sorry,
They're all
Sim.
monsters, apparently.
I'm just gonna see if
you basically reminded a woman she was dead and she died again, Dain.
4.
You know that rituals like this can be performed. You do know that it really just depends on what exactly Spindle Clutch is trying to do. If he's using this as a way to get into Dearg's dreams to try to smooth out some of the issue and problem areas from what happened, basically by altering the dream, restoring some of what was lost. And you know that that's a possibility. There's also the possibility that this is something you've never even heard of before. And that maybe there's also a possibility that Spindle Clutch is a crazy old man who's trying to poison you and doesn't want to admit it. Like, you don't know. You're not 100% sure.
You're trying to poison me, you crazy old man. No, just kidding.
I mean, it very legitimately could be a ritual. It's not one you've heard of. But, like, you know, it's enough of what was said is enough that you think it's probably possible he's not just a crazy old man who's trying to poison you.
Understood.
Or this is how we fix Dearg. Just
Spindle Clutch will lean over to get very close to Sim.
Uncomfortably close?
Whisper it.
Uncomfortably close.
It's always uncomfortably close with Spindle Clutch, let's be honest. But
Okay.
He'll whisper in his ear.
If we can take young Master Dearg into a place where he is in a waking dream, we can begin the process where he is hallucinating to the point that there is enough of the dream stuff that I can restore him.
Actually, while you start talking about that, Dearg is currently looking around at things that aren't there.
If
Yeah.
we can heighten, if we can heighten the effect of the waking dream, I will not lie to you, Sim. I'm very low on glamour at the moment. This is the only way I will be able to begin the ritual.
Okay.
And I refuse to feed off of Dearg's fear and the state that he's in. While it would give me the glamour, I would need to perform this ritual in a different manner. It would be unwise and unkind to a friend.
Mm-hmm. And this place is, I hope, suitably safe from any potential intrusions or issues.
If anything else need be done, we can move this down into the hollow while he is in the waking dream.
Okay.
What I need from you right now, Master Sim, is your unwavering trust. If Dearg does not feel that you are secure and able to secure him, he could spiral in the opposite direction which we want to take him. You must be strong and brave and courageous in this moment.
All right. I've said it before, and I'll state it again, that he is my motley mate, and I will go to the ends of the hedge for him. So I will take this tea.
That is precisely where we're headed.
Dearg?
Just safely in Dearg's memories.
Understood. Dearg, you can have some of the tea. I know you must be thirsty. It's been a little bit of a drive here.
I can have it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna join you.
Dearg doesn't pick up the teacup. He just face first into the teacup.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the roll?
He
that
doesn't
we
have
needed to
hands.
make?
Stamina and
Stamina and
resolve.
resolve.
Stamina and resolve. Okay.
5.
Dearg's fine.
Okay. I got a 3.
I didn't even use my contracts.
You got a 3?
I have a 3. Should I expend willpower?
It's your stomach upset, but you don't take harm from it.
Okay.
Anything lower than a 3 and you would have started to die.
Okay.
So Dearg starts to wipe at his face.
Young Master
And then
Dearg,
tries to get
now,
the blood off of his chest and arms that's not actually there.
how does your hat feel right now, young Master Dearg?
What hat?
The one on your head. Reach up and feel it.
Not. It's hungry. I'm hungry.
Would you like to feed your hat?
And he'll look to Sim.
Sim will nod. Dearg,
Yeah.
we can help with your hat.
Spindle Clutch will pull one of the chimerical rats from the hollow out of his pocket. Hold it out to Dearg.
Go on, he'll wake up as soon as you're done, and he'll be happy as a mole in dirt.
It's a rat, and the keeper doesn't let rats in the house. They're not allowed in the house, and so he rips the head off as soon as the rat comes into view.
There you are. Now, wet your hat.
Dearg starts to roll his head onto the blood because he doesn't have hands.
Now, young Master Dearg. I'm going to say something, and if you start to see things, I need you to not be afraid of them. You were talking about your keeper. Do you remember the last time you saw him?
So Dearg starts to see that last fight where the keeper shoved him in the box. And the iron burns from whoever it was.
Is Dearg hallucinating enough that there's dream stuff surrounding them?
Go ahead and make an intelligence and occult roll for me.
Not that Dearg knows who was in charge of repercussions.
That's 7 with a crit.
7 with the crit. All right. So because you were able to perform the ritual correctly with your 7 with the crit, yes, you can.
Spindle Clutch is going to try and use their contract of the dreaming.
Okay.
To mold the dream stuff into, instead of him shoving Dearg into the box, Dearg biting his hand and Dearg getting away and finding Sim.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for the contracts. It would be, but in that sleep, foraging the dream. Mm-hmm. It's not a glamour check, but you need to roll or it's not going to turn out the way you thought. While this is going on. 5, that's enough. While this is going on. Sim, you were absolutely correct because you hear. My patience is very thin tonight, Simon. Where is your friend?
Now, this conversation I can just have inside my head. Yeah, that's what I figured. Hi there. My friend is not in a good place right at the moment. So I'm trying to help sort things out.
Explain to me how that's my problem.
It isn't your problem. It is something that I'm currently trying to deal with because I understand that we still have your endeavor to take care of.
Mm-hmm. I believe that I have been very kind up until this point. But your friend has caused me a problem, and we are going to talk about it. So get him here. I'm not asking again. I will not be nice after this. This is your last chance. Hope to see you soon.
He will see you as soon as he is ready.
Oh. Okay. Just go ahead and you gotta go ahead and talk about yourself while I make some rolls here real fast.
It's okay. Derek's not there, but still knows how to use those contracts, and I'm so sorry for when he sees the onslaught. I am prepared for the consequences of my actions. It's fine. So what'd you roll, Avery?
5.
5. Okay.
If Dearg can't remember that he has a hat, I'm gonna have to make you roll an intelligence to remember you can use your contracts at all, because you wouldn't even remember you had to.
Nope.
Dearg
just doesn't know Dearg's name because Dearg is a dog.
Now,
it's mispronounced by everyone.
Now, do you see, young Master Dearg? There you are. Look. He never shoved you in a box. You showed him who was boss, and you went and found your sim. Look, right there.
Sim with a very worried, concerned look on their face at the moment. Just this false bravado.
Yes. Dearg will look over to Sim. And remember some version of Sim. And the rug. And running.
Now, Master Dearg, do you remember the day we met?
I have the car.
Yes. Came to meet me at the Golden Grove, you remember?
With the letters.
Yes. Yes, and you brought to me a very dear friend of mine. Do you remember his name?
I bit him.
Oh, that's all right. He's bitten a fair many people of his own.
It was a fight.
Friends fight from time to time. It is the nature of friendship, after all.
You fight your friends? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to fight anymore.
Then you don't have to, young Master Dearg. But know that sometimes, and Spindle Clutch will alter the dream stuff again to take Dearg into one of his memories. Of him and Colonel McLaren, whom the cat was aptly named after.
Yeah.
Arguing in a tent with gunfire going off in every direction, and the sound of shellings of bombs. And each of them slug each other once and then stop and then just hug each other so hard. You see, that is my dear friend, Michael McLaren.
He's your sim?
He was. A very long time ago. He was the one who told me when my pranks were out of hand. He was the one who told me that I shouldn't sleep out under the stars while the Germans were shelling us. He was the one who told me that friends can fight, but what makes you friends is you love each other from beginning to end. It is important that you remember the love of your friends now, Dearg. Even though you and Dain may have had a little brotherly spat. He would do anything for you. And you've proven time and time again that you would do anything for him.
So we scream at each other.
Yes, very much like you have screaming matches with young Mistress Rowe. Do you remember Rowe?
We get goblin fruit for Ro, and Dearg will take his bag with all the fruit in it. I was supposed to get Ro with the hobgoblins. We ate the hobgoblins. We ate the hobgoblins.
That's quite all right.
And then we burned them. We burned them. We burned them. We burned them.
Yes, you did. I was in your pocket. Do you remember?
The trees and the masks.
Yes.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Which hobgoblins were you talking about burning?
The ones from before.
The train car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought so, because we burned so many.
I'm going to need Spindle Clutch to roll me a clarity check, because you are altering somebody's memories right now. Because I know you don't... Derek's vagueness?
None.
Spindle Clutch, you lose the clarity. I'm sorry.
All good.
That's why I had to specify. I was like, oh no. So.
It's okay.
Well,
we burn them all. We burn them all. That's what we do.
Spindle Clutch. That moment with you talk about your friend and the shells and all of that, just that comes flooding back. I am so sorry. Comes flooding back, and in the middle of trying to help Dearg, and you're like, no, it's okay, I was in your pocket. It just boom. And you realize something has gone wrong. You realize that something with the ritual is now not right. And then you start to kind of just flash back to that time with your friend, and you're kind of stuck, and you want to push forward. You know you're trying to help Dearg. You know you need to help Dearg, but you just that moment is now very real for you. I'm so sorry.
Could I spend a willpower?
On a clarity check, it's like a humanity roll.
Oof, rough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But you gain it weird, so it makes you feel better.
So Sim's sitting there with these two people that are lost in different memories, just staring at each other.
And you were going
I
to
think
roll
given
something.
that
Bigger problem.
And suddenly, Sim gets
Dain.
the shits from the hemlock tea. Just all coincide.
No, I need Sim to roll me something, actually.
Yeah, I figured. What do you need me to roll?
Yep, I'm sorry. It's not
That's
something you're super great at. Stamina and strength.
Wow. You gonna kick me in the balls too while I'm down there?
If it makes you feel better, the chain's gone now. The one that didn't exist and wasn't actually a problem.
Stage, you're coming to the hedge. You're like, we did it. We're We succeeded.
We'll give her a
Ansel
day.
Oh
got an
no!
11. So Sim's getting up from the table and walking to the Ansel's house, and he has no idea why. You don't feel like this is something you want to be doing, and as a matter of fact, you'd like to stop yourself.
Could I say?
But
Can
you
I say
can't.
anything? Can I say anything?
Oh
Can
yeah,
I talk?
absolutely. Your legs are just like do 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 do.
I
Help.
I think I'm. Oh
On
shit!
deaf ears.
I am. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. Are they actually even gonna note that I'm talking to them?
No,
No, because
Okay.
Dearg is
No.
currently in that
you can call
first
Dain.
conversation with Sim. Like when they escaped, it's that first conversation of Sim going, "We can run. You watch my back, I watch yours." When they made their motley pledge way back when
This
Dearg
ritual
was
got
actually still a
interrupted.
dog. Yeah.
Okay.
The ritual
is
got
it gone?
interrupted.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Well, Sim is tromping out the door, and he's just like, "Hey,
You can call
hey,
Dain.
I'm going." Shit, they're not listening to me.
You can call somebody.
While I'm doing fucking Ministry of Silly Walks down the street. Yeah.
You can call Rage, you can call Nova, you can call Meg, you can call Dain, you can call who are you calling?
I don't think I can get a hold of. I still think Dain is probably still talking to the seamstress, so I probably cannot get a hold
Yeah,
of him.
he's just walked out. He's just
So-
gotten back to the hollow and is like, he did it.
Who can I call? Suppose I can call Dain's back at the hollow. Okay.
Yeah, 9 successes on Rose's part to get us.
Oh,
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah, she did great. So
who would he he probably instinctively wants to call Nova first, to be quite honest, but
Nova.
so
Stress.
but I'm stressed. But yeah, he'll give Dain a shot. Yeah, let's
Where's
do this.
Dain to bite me?
Fucking
Somebody
bite.
help me. Somebody.
Bring.
Your phone rings, Dain.
Pick up the bone phone. Let's go.
No.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah. Listen, I seriously need some assistance. I'm fucking sorry for burning your hand. Water under the bridge. I hope it's feeling okay, but I am in a fuck ton of trouble right now. Listen,
Fuck, I was gone for an hour. What the fuck happened?
Listen, I brought Dearg over to Spindle's. Spindle's out, by the way.
Oh,
He's back.
I can
and-
get the fuck out of it.
And we were supposed to be preparing for Dearg to go over to meet with some of your people over at the Autumn Court. And as they were preparing for that, they just went freaking... They got... Something happened with them during the preparation, and I got buzzed by the onslaught. And I'm on my way over there now, and I cannot not go. I need some help.
Where are you?
I'm currently walking away from Spindle's hoarder shop at the moment, heading south.
Which direction?
I believe I'm heading south. I'm heading
Roughly,
south.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm heading roughly south from that direction. I'm passing by. If I see a cross street, I'll list the cross street that I'm at.
Yeah, he'll list the cross street.
Savannah, stay on the phone.
Okay. Hi, Sim.
Hi, Savannah. I can't fucking do this. Savannah, I need a huge favor, if you could.
Okay. I'm a huge favor already.
You guys are
Yeah, you is.
You two, you and Ro are fantastic. It's just that I need someone to go over to Spindle's and over to Spindle Clutch's store. Dearg's in there.
Okay.
They are having
All right.
some sort of situation with regards to being prepared for helping with his nightmares in the situation that he's in. They need They need help.
I'll send Ro over, because Dain told me to stay on the phone, so I'll get Ro to go over and see what's going on with that.
I figure another member of the Autumn Court could possibly help with this situation because we were trying.
I don't hear this, so it's all right.
We need to call Rebel?
That's possible. Sure, there's a thought there.
All right. Dane's phone has her. Hold on, and she'll just
let's merge
find
the calls.
Rebel's number on Dane's phone, and she'll click the button and then put it back to her ear. It rings, and then you hear Rebel. What do you want, Dain?
It's not me. It's not Dain. It's not Dain. It's me. It's Sim.
Why are you calling from Dane's phone?
It's a long frickin' story, but I am in a serious bind here, and I need someone.
Okay.
I need someone from your court to go over to. You know Spindle Clutch, right? You know Dearg, right? We were there at the meeting and everything.
Yeah, Dearg was the one that he came downstairs part of the way through. Yeah, I remember him.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I don't recall talking. Oh yeah, no, Spindle Clutch gave that really nice speech. Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay. The both of them are having a situation right now, and I'll tell them Spindle's address.
Okay.
One of you please needs to go over there and help them. They are trying to do a preparation to help Dearg because Dearg had a major incident during the operation, and I can't
is that
help
why
him.
we all got shooed away?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So
I'll send somebody. Don't worry. You don't need to explain it to me. It's fine. I'll send somebody. It'll be dealt with.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate
Anything
it.
else?
Not at this moment.
You're welcome.
Savannah, you still there?
I'd like to emphasize.
Yep.
Top. Dain is driving like Sim.
Yeah, no, and Savannah's in the car. So you're hearing some of the conversation. Oh, that's really good. No, you're like madman flying through the street. Savannah's still on the phone. She hopped in the car with you. That whole call with Rebel was in the back seat. Ro is gonna run to Spindle Clutches as soon as you guys stop.
Okay.
But you drive by, and Sim's not hard to miss. He is walking like a man whose legs are doing something the rest of him doesn't want. Trying to grab onto shit,
trying to flop onto my back, trying to do I'm just falling.
Anything.
I'm trying to fall. I'm trying to just walk into stuff, and I can't.
So, if we're coming down the road, he's going up the road. He'll turn around and just drive very slowly behind him. So, how'd this happen?
I'll give you one guess. Bloody hands.
I can guess, but why is she in your head too?
It's a long story. Well, not really. Not exactly. She has a little bit of my blood. I'm thinking. I don't know. Something. Actually, I wouldn't know the effects of this. I wouldn't be aware of the effects of this. No. I wouldn't have any idea about this. I just know.
You know that she contacted you mentally before getting your blood, too.
That's right. That's right. Never mind. Mm-hmm. So, sorry about that. So, yeah,
but
no,
I just
there we go. I'm saying I know at the very least I'm under a compulsion from who.
I'm gonna turn around to Savannah and Ro. Would I be an asshole if I ran him over?
If you break his legs, do you think they'll still keep walking?
He'd probably crawl.
Ew. Let's just pick him up, and then basically Savannah will as you slowly walk by, will open the door, and Ro will jump out to scamper off towards spindle clutches, and Savannah will scoop Sim up. I'm not even gonna roll for her. I'm not.
Not
She just
expecting you
and
to.
in the car you go. Your legs are still walking.
Or just hold on to him in case he's
Throwing you onto the throw you onto the seat. Your just legs are. That's
So
annoying.
You felt the compulsion, like Derek felt the compulsion. How, Jesus Christ, you two are fucking butt fuck deep in this woman, aren't you?
Didn't want to be. Would very much like to break all ties, but we have to fucking do that endeavor first. The one we were talking about with the hedge wand.
Just turn around and start heading back towards Spindle Clutches. Alright, and what you said some preparations for something?
I'm not entirely sure of the process, but we were given a tea. It's supposed to induce some sort of pseudo dreamlike state, and there was an effort, I think, to try and just help stabilize Dearg. And you have to picture this. He's just back there, just doing everything, trying to talk. So, and then
Dain's trying not to laugh.
Savannah's trying also.
And so,
but he will look on the rearview mirror at Savannah and be like,
Savannah actually grabs Sim's legs and goes whoop, and just pins him there. And you see her kind of moving like this as his legs attempt to keep walking.
Okay. So
sort of fucking tea.
He said it was hemlock and nettle. And I know
That's
that it's
poisonous.
dangerous. I know that it's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that'll kill you.
The understanding was that it was part of the ritual for preparation. I'm not versed in these things, so. And
you haven't gone through any of that either, Dain?
It appeared to be working up until a certain point where they both kind of lost it and began, I
just
believe,
awkwardly staring at each other.
Yeah, they got kind of locked in some sort of memory scape, is all I can think of. I don't know any other details than that. Hopefully you know something.
I mean, I would say we tried biting them, but we don't know how that works out, though.
Oh, I'd rather avoid not biting people again.
It was a fucking joke.
I mean,
don't bite Derek.
Is it on the table or off the table? I just need to know.
Oh, it's on the table. She winks at you, Dain. The rearview mirror. You pull up in front of Spindle Clutch's house. Or a shop, house, hollow. Because you weren't that far. Sim did not get that far before you... I mean, Sim was walking.
Yeah.
And attempting to slow himself down. So you have to keep in mind, well, it wasn't the most effective because he was attempting to resist it that whole time. He absolutely was. He definitely didn't get nearly as far as he could have if someone hadn't come to get him.
Right.
So you guys pull up. And I'm going to give you guys one more conversation before we go ahead and wrap up, because Ro is about to. So Sim and Dain, you guys go ahead and finish up your conversation. Savannah holding, and then Ro's going to burst in, and then we'll cap it.
So you said she has a compulsion over you. What the hell do you mean by that?
I can only assume that she has some... Listen. She knows my true name. She knows Derek's true name. She was able to derive it. She keeps calling us by these other names that I don't have barely a fraction of a memory of. I can only assume it is that. And it holds some sort of compulsion over us.
She told you that's what it was. by the way.
Oh,
She
name.
did
never
tell
mind.
you that was
She
your
did.
true name.
Okay, I thought she just. Okay,
Yep,
sorry, my bad.
absolutely told
Okay.
you that's what it was.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry. Then she informed
All
us that
true,
was.
all
She informed us that it was our true
True
names.
names. Yeah, all our true names have power, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll never.
I don't know what this is. But I do know that she is pissed because of something. Something that what happened with what Dearg did, and she wanted to see Dearg about it. And I said no, because Dearg is in no fucking shape to do anything like that. And so, well, you're just gonna call the next best person, I guess, which is me.
To be fair, neither of you are in the best fucking shape to go against the fucking true fate.
I
even-
know that. I know that.
If I could strangle you, Sim, if I could take the wheels, Savannah.
She lets
I'm
go
joking.
Sim's legs. They start walking again, and she. What are we doing?
Go ahead.
Just hold the.
Fancy seeing you here. She's leaned way over. She's like right in your face. Then she leans back.
Hey, we did say biting was on the table.
Sim, this endeavor with this hedge wand,
Mm-hmm.
I have to help you with it. So does Savannah,
Mm-hmm.
because we're all roped into it. But I have no intention of ever meeting this one.
I don't want you to. I don't want you to be roped up into any of this. I didn't even. We're gonna go have a talk.
Could she possibly have to say to the two of you that doesn't end up with you being flayed? If she's pissed, do you think she's gonna have a nice little sit down, have a cup of tea, maybe a little coffee and a biscuit?
Probably be better than Spindle's, but yeah.
Well, at least it'll be fucking quicker. You look like you're about to shit yourself.
It was a trip. Listen,
Yeah, well, bring me a present next time.
it was a. There is going to be a conversation to be had, and I know it's going to be rough because of what happened, but this needs to happen because I'm going to have to sort out getting the hedge wand and getting back on track with that. It needs to happen because it's the way it's going to be done. It's just going to be done with once we're finally finished with that task.
You fucking hope.
Yeah.
Do that for her and she might just hold by the short and curlies. I mean, do you actually know what the hedge wand does?
Yes. Do know what the hedge wand does. We were informed.
Or do you know what she told you?
We were informed of what it does. Whether that's entirely what it does, no, we don't. I'm sure we were only
That was
told.
a caveat.
Yeah. No,
You were
Have to.
Dain was there for the ghost that talked about the hedge wand, the ghost in the mirror that said it was supposed to close Arcadia off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Sim, you know we have a meeting to go to in about an hour's time.
Yeah.
A full fucking debrief will probably take all night.
Mm-hmm.
If these two are still catatonic by then, I say we just drag them along and act like they're statues.
I'm so glad Dearg wasn't able
It's a
to
good
hear
plan.
that.
Oh yeah, no.
that's a really good thing there.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
You'll figure out that Dearg actually can in fact run rather fast.
Yeah. I know.
Statues don't talk.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna have to go see the Ansel. And
No, you don't.
His legs are you're still trying to walk.
Where does the Ansel live?
her location of her residence is, I will list the general location of where it is, because I know it's not an exact address.
Terribly far from the forge, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Far enough you should drive, but not as far as, say, like the Ferryman or the Minstrel's Rest. It's relatively close.
Mm-hmm. That's unnerving.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know existed there until we happened, to stumble into this whole situation.
I'm gonna take out his phone. What, he's driving like Sim. Doesn't even matter. Tax rebel.
Mm-hmm.
Any of your race up for a decent fight?
I mean, I can send some people. What do you need?
Still good in killing true fight?
I mean, yeah, they're good at killing true fate. Why exactly?
Because one is currently making herself a problem.
All right. Well, how about you give me some more details than that?
I will do tonight at the debrief.
Fine.
Kiss, hug, kiss, hug.
Just a middle finger. All right. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and swap over for Dearg. You are stuck. Spindle clutch, you are stuck. You're staring at each other, having different memories right now. It would be awkward if you were actually looking at each other, but you're not. You're seeing other shit right now.
Knowing that they're still trying to help Dearg, is there any way that they could use Forging the Dream to bring Dearg into where they are instead of where he is?
Nope, because yours is suffered due to yours is not a dream. Even though you drink the thing, it's not hallucinations. Unfortunately, because of your clarity loss, your just recent clarity loss, you're having a small episode right now. It's a momentary break. What's happening with Dearg is severe clarity loss. So Dearg is having a much larger issue than Spindle Clutches. You're going to come back around in just a minute, but at the moment you're still stuck. It's going to take a second. But Ro does come in. And Ro sees this.
And Dearg's sitting there whining and kind of nodding along.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, dear. Nick, you're...
Technical, yeah.
As your whole feed just went sideways. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Frozen everything.
But shortly after Ro comes in, she's running around. She's, she charges into places, like she pays rent everywhere. Comes in and sees this situation, and she comes down and sits, and she's looking at you, and I think she's going to use something, because I think she has the ability to do it. Hold on. Because Ro is a motherly figure. Oh, yep, here we go. All right, so she's going to go ahead and... Ooh, good for her.
Your feed also froze, by the way, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I know. I was going to see if Az was going to pop back in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get out. Ooh. All right, I will be right back. I literally went nowhere. That's fine. All right, so Ro touches you and blows out this breath of warm air onto your cheek. She has used Gift of the Warm Breath. Gift of Warm Breath. And essentially that pulls you out. You're at the tail end of this weird clarity loss moment, and that pulls you back. You feel that warmth and that like air on your face, and you snap back.
Thank you, young Mistress Rue.
You're welcome.
I need to get him just one step further, and then we can pass him off to one of our friends who can help him out much more than I can.
Okay.
He just needs to take one more step. He will need you here for him. He'll need Sim here for him. It will be a painful step to take.
You have just noticed Sim is gone. Like, you've just looked over and been like, where the fuck?
Where's the young Master Sim?
He had a sudden emergency that required assistance, and it wasn't his emergency, it was someone else's emergency. He got up and walked away, but he didn't want to get up and walk away, so he's in the car trying not to walk away.
A case of the wandering toesies, as it were.
Maybe. We don't know what the problem is.
Perhaps we should tickle him with a goose feather. Perhaps that would bring him out of it.
I think that might be upsetting to Sim, and I think we should ask his permission and consent first, because he seems like he might be really uncomfortable if someone comes up and touches his feet, but that's just my opinion.
Well, we could tickle him on his, neck or his feet are a bit personal after all. Yes, but of course.
Permission before touching anybody with anything, to be fair. But,
just a little
this Ro is trying not to bust the gut, because this to her is wildly hilarious, especially thinking about it happening to Sim. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and end here, since Az had to jump out and we can't finish the Dearg thing without Az. So we did it.
We did it.
Woohoo.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh,
Thanks,
there
everyone.
We got Az back. But yeah, it's getting late. So
Yes.
we're going to go ahead and wrap up. But thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Everyone have themselves a fantastic evening, morning,
Welcome
night,
to the collective.
afternoon,
Welcome to the
whenever you
collective.
watch it. Bye.
See you later.
Ooh.